between perimeter from Fountain Gables to the existing parking lot. I saw one plan that did show the dog park there, and I thought that was a great idea, because people could come with their dogs in their cars and come right out there, and it just seems like that's a great location. I think I had the same thought that Councilmember Whitmer had, that if people park in the house parking or even at the main house parking, they'd have to walk their dogs across the lawn to get to that. And, I've done that, and then it just, so I have I'm not fond of the scheme that's up there now.
I just will say the same thing, is that I looked at everything, I fucking know dog people in general, not dog person, that you get from your car, you get out, and hopefully you're not a long distance away from,
Yeah, because the dogs are excited.
Yeah.
And I think that area is elongated enough that you can have an entrance for smaller dogs and an entrance on the other side for the bigger dogs, so, I just, something to consider, I don't know how much.
Well, and I guess I'm just not so sure about the noise, how it would affect the Fountain Gables neighbors or not. I don't know. I guess we need to.
That was our concern.
Well, I think we need to ask some of our dog walkers' experience with lots of dogs. I don't see that they're out there barking that much.
I don't go to dog parks, so I can't comment.
You go to Homer Park, but
Yeah,
your
but that's
dog,
not a dog park. The dogs don't cause a lot of barking,
No,
but
Yeah.
I don't know in a fenced scenario how they behave.
Well, yeah, normally in the dog park, they're letting them run, they're running free, and, and normally people are on the outside or they're just sitting inside, and they're not managing. In many cases, it's not gonna be the throwing of the ball.
Is there anybody else that comment?
Anybody else want to comment on dogs loose in the dog park?
I can comment on it.
Perfect.
I'm there all the time.
In a dog?
In
park
dog
area?
Well, yeah, I've been there, yeah.
I
I've been
have
to
too.
several of them in several different towns and there are other cities too. And they're normally, the people let their dogs run free and they kind of socialize, the dogs socialize on their own.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't find that they have a lot of barking going on. I mean,
That's the
I-
question.
Well, it depends on,
Well, and then you
I
kind
mean,
of,
it's
easier than
you kind of
that.
intercede because you don't want your
It's like
dogs to
it
prowl.
Depends on the
Anyway.
population of the dog park.
Right.
Depends on which suspects are at the time.
yeah.
Sometimes it's like San Quentin, other times it's like the library.
Yeah.
So the Park and Rec Commission meeting that I went to, this alternative was seriously discussed. And there was a concern about the proximity to Felton Gables. I think that there's also a concern about the proximity to the walking path, which is really the same that Bill has pointed out over here. I mean, when we look at how the park is used today, it's clearly predominantly used by walkers that are walking through the park. And I think that we need to be very careful to be respectful of those folks. That's who's using our park and enjoying our park. What stopped the conversation at the commission meeting that I was at was the fact that the Knox Place School is still there, and it looks like it'll be there for the next couple of years. So it was a potential solution, and that I think was seriously discussed, but it's not an immediate one. And I don't know if that's why you came up with this alternative, but I agree that that area is the most desirable area, but there's obviously a time gap between now and when that will be available.
Yeah.
Your comment is desirable along that south boundary line.
Between the parking lot and the walking path,
Okay.
that whole area.
I think city manager has a comment about the timing of the whole project and as it dovetails with Knox School, right?
Yeah, well, the first timing issue is money. These are all improvements, and we don't have funds in the budget to do everything all at once, and we've got several master plans going at the same time. So this is pretty much a helicopter view of what you'd like the park to be at some point in the future. Knox Play School, we just extended their lease for 2 years so we can continue these discussions and fundraise for which ones we want to do or allocate funds to which improvements we want to do, but there's no rush on any of those improvements at this point.
Sure. Same.
Councilmember Lewis had mentioned the dog park being where the preschool is now, but there's also an area on this picture to the left of that, which is between the parking lot and the footpath. It goes all the way down almost to the tennis courts.
Right.
That was the extent of that option that we looked at.
Yeah, we didn't talk about putting the dogs in place of the preschool, but to the left of it.
Yeah, in fact, there's even a pathway between where the play school is and where that grass, or that wild.
Was that more what you had envisioned?
Well, no, the option that we had looked at included this because there's a potential for a non-treed space. But it could be just this wooded area.
Well, the comment that where Sandy's coming from, you don't wanna have it right up against the carriage house. Because, so you do wanna have it, I wouldn't wanna see a dog park anywhere closer than where that pathway that separates really the play school to that wooded area.
Put it down, right here anyway.
Yeah, so today, you know, you have the Knox Play School here, and there's like a pathway that goes through here. So you wouldn't want to put the dog park over here, because this is the carriage house, if I'm reading it right.